Welcome back to the reading of the Mahabharata by Kamala Subramaniam. Chapter 16. Enter Drona. Bhishma appointed Kripa to undertake the education of the princess. Kripa was well versed in the use of arms. He had been brought up by Shantanu, who found him and his twin sister in the forest one day when he had gone out there for his hunt. Taking pity on them, he brought them home. He called them Kripa and Kripi. Their father was the great Gautama. Kripa was very much interested in the use of arms. He learnt it. Bhishma thought that he was the right person to be the tutor to the young princess. The sons of Dhritarashtra, the sons of Pandu, the young princes from the house of Vrishni, Bhoja and Andaka, came to Hastinapura to learn archery and other warlike crafts from Kripa. When they were proficient enough, Bhishma thought that further training from a more capable teacher was essential. He was on the lookout for such a teacher. One day, the boys were all playing with a ball. All of a sudden, the ball fell into a well that was nearby. The boys stood confused. Their game was made to stop in the middle. A man was standing there watching them. Seeing their confusion, he came over to them and said, "Evidently, you do not know to use a bow and an arrow. If you did, then there would be no reason for this helplessness of yours." "But we do know the use of a bow and arrow, sir," said the boys. Yudhishthira came forward and said, "In fact, our tutor is the great Kripa. But then, what has that to do with our present predicament? How can a bow and arrow help us to regain our ball?" "We do not understand." "I will show you," said the stranger. He removed a gem-set ring from his little finger and dropped it into the well. While the amazed eyes of the boys looked on, the man shot an arrow into the well. The boys leaned across the parapet of the wall and saw that the arrow had pierced the ball after passing through the ring. The man sent another arrow, which pierced the one that had been shot before. The third pierced the second, a fourth, the third, and so on, until there was a rope of arrows that was formed. Pulling it out, he gave the balls to the boys and placed the ring on his finger. The boys were just thunderstruck. This was a thing which they had never seen. Overcome with admiration for this stranger, they said, "Please, let us know who you are." The stranger said and smiled, "Go to your grandfather and tell him all that happened here. He will know who I am." The boys rushed pell-mell to the place where Bhishma was living and told him about the wonderful man. Bhishma knew at once who he was. He realized that the newcomer was Drona, the husband of Kripi. He had learned archery from the great Bhargava. He was the son of Bharadwaja, the great sage. Bhishma had found his new tutor. He felt that a fit tutor had at last come for the young man. He hurried to the presence of Drona and welcomed him with due honor to Hastinapura. Now, with the entry of Drona, we come to an end of chapter 16. More like this on Storytime with Rajesh. Until then, night night. Ciao.